There's the shots. Slice off his wing. F-16 is down. Good fight. There's the flares. It was a pleasure to fight with you. Good fight, Wulf. Hello everybody and welcome on board with Plasma 1945. We are back on Growling Sidewinder for a interesting mission here. Flying to the west, I've got a few allies with me, but this is a little bit more of a solo mission. And it's all about energy and weapon management. Flying the Su-27 and I'm rocking the 422 setup. And that is 4 73s that are short range heat seekers, Fox 2s. I've got 2 ERs, that's medium range Fox 1 radar guided, and 2 ETs, which are medium short range heat seekers. There's the setup. It's looking pretty fancy. It's giving me a bit of maneuverability and a bit of more capability to outturn and outrun things. And already here on the way, I didn't want to do the whole taxi and stress you guys out with that, but I've got a hostile real close to me here. And he pops up on the radar and I'm trying to spot him. He's out in the valley to the right, flying east to west, and I'm trying to do my best to try to pick him up as he is vectoring onto a friendly. This guy is running right along the ground here on the 6 o'clock of one of my friendlies going west. There's a launch of an ER Fox 1 onto the hostile. He is quite close, within 3 kilometers, and a splash of an M2000. Urban 15 is actually an excellent pilot if you ever see him on Growling Sidewinder. Mad props and thumbs up to him. He is always a pain in my 6 o'clock whenever he's flying his Mirage. Alright, that pop-up was unexpected, but locked him up and dealt with him fairly quickly here. This flight will have 4 hostiles that will be splashed, and it's going to get really interesting near the end because I'm going to be stuck with guns and a whole bunch of bandits coming my way. Now, situational awareness, keep an eye on the data link that is in the bottom right hand corner. I am zooming in and out, and I've got 2 ships coming in from my 2 o'clock. They're coming in from the west, and I'm using the scant hill for coverage here because I don't have a lot of speed. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick up the guy that's closest to me. And this guy is passing right in front of me, and he is high. Lock him up. Another ER launch that is radar guided. This is a very dangerous thing to do because he did have a trailer. So me going up like this was not the smartest move, but I fire a 73 as well just in case the ER doesn't hit because that plane had quite a bit of speed, but he was real close right above me. F-15 splash. As soon as he's hit, I am getting the heck out of these beautiful clouds, because what I know is that he had a trailer with him, and that is another hostile that will come by and try to shoot me. I've exposed myself quite a bit here by popping up out of the hills. So never take a shot unless you're willing to pay for it. In this case, I was lucky because a friendly locked him up. There is my friendly, and he got the trailer. Now, if there was a 2 ship, what you would want to do is you want to extend past them and take on the guy in the back, but it's always better to have a wingman. Now, my fuel state is getting a bit low. I think I'm down to 4,000 liters, which means I've got about 20 minutes of combat time left, but with Afterburner, that gets down to about 10 minutes. I'm in the weeds, and I've picked up a hostile here, trying to spot him using both BVR and vertical scan EO capability. I am not turning my radar on. I've checked F10, and this guy's coming right for me, and he is going to be passing on my left with a little bit of delay of data link, trying to spot him, and there he goes, right on the side of the screen. This is an F-18, and he is going to be a lot of challenge here. Pointing right at him, launch a 73. This guy has gold-plated butt protection. I don't know. I'm out of terms here because this guy just dodged a 73 up close. He is going full burner, and I'm in hot pursuit here. And boy, oh boy, was this beautiful. And 50 minutes till the end of the server, so it would be not a good idea to die here. You know, just saying. All right, he's sticking really close to the weeds. There he is on the deck. You can barely see him. You can just see the glow of his engines. And this guy did forget to turn off his navigation lights. One really important thing is, once you're in the air, turn off your navigation lights. Makes you that much more visible. Check 6, nobody behind me. Great. I'm focused on this guy, but I'm not launching. He is just outside of my launch authorization. Now, I've got launch authorization here, but I am not going to launch just yet. Why? Because I'm going full burner to try to catch up to him, and this guy's going quick too. After my first missile failed, I don't want to risk it. Well, let's see what happens. Another 73 launch on him. Just chasing. This guy's got his lights on. He's got his afterburner. He's kind of cruising. I don't know if he knows that I'm back there. He must know. And here comes the missile, and guess what? This guy is lucky AF. Look at that. Gets away from a 73. The poor missile just keeps flying along the ground. Alright, so now I am down to one missile left. My preference is to always save an ET for worst case scenario. I fire some guns. I want this guy to do something. If he keeps running like this, I won't be able to catch up to him. I'm at 1100 kilometers an hour, so I'm doing about 600 knots, I think. This guy's going full blast. He does have more missiles than I do. I'm very slowly catching up to him. And I go for my last launch, which is the ET. Now, I always keep an ET on reserve because it is a high energy missile. It goes way faster and farther than this S-73. And there's the hit. Splash F-18. He dodged two 73s, but the ET got him. It's a bigger missile, and it is a faster missile. Situationally, I'm getting RWR from my 6 o'clock. If you look on the screen there, very bottom right-hand corner, there's a light in the bottom left on that dial. That means somebody's on my 6. And real close. Full single strength. My only option here is to try to get this guy. I've got no allies coming my way. Everyone's RTBing. It's the end of the server. So I start doing a couple of circles here. Trying to find that hostile and trying to drag him towards me in these hills. To the left of me is the valley. I do not want to go there because if there's any missiles fired on me, I will be a sitting duck. I am completely Winchester, which for brevity's sakes means that I've got guns. I'm also almost bingo fuel. I think I'm down to about 1500 liters here. So fuel is getting very scant. Couple of circles and trying to spot this guy, really using the terrain to try to mask myself from him. And just as I turn into him, he starts coming my way. Watching RWR, 2 signals up front, which means he's on my 12 o'clock. Coming right for me. There's Locke. He's going left to right in front of me. That's an F-16 going full blast. Only option here is to go full afterburner. Once you realize if it's an F-16, whatever plane you're flying, go max burner, because that F-16 will turn quick and will accelerate like a bat out of hell. So if you ever see an F-16, everything you got for speed, put it in, because that's the only way to deal with an F-16. They are quick. If he gets on your 6, you're done. He's got AIM-9Xs potentially, and you'll be in a lot of trouble. Alright, turning back on this F-16. Fuel is down to just over 1,000. Got guns. Gonna try to get a lucky shot here. The F-16 is extending away from me. And again, goes for a left to right pass. Just close enough for guns. I'm letting it rip. Boom. There we go. Good hit. He has lost his right wing and going down to the ground. There's the shots. Slice off his wing. F-16 is down. Good fight. I think this guy was sending me a symbol of respect. There's the flares. Thank you, F-16. It was a pleasure to fight with you. Good fight, Wulf. And on that note, I'm going to head back to the east and get myself back to the base. Interestingly enough, I had 8 minutes to fly back. I got within about 12 kilometers of home plate before the server stopped. I did have just enough fuel, so it would have been a landing, but the important thing is I got out of that alive. That F-18 dodged 2 of my missiles, which was a bit of a pain. I was aggressive with my missile launches against the hostiles. The missile that I launched on the high-flying F-15 was an ER and a 73, so that cost me 2 missiles to splash that one guy. And then I spent another 3 missiles to try to get the F-18 plus 1 missile earlier that I misfired. So that put me at a bit of a disadvantage when this F-16 showed up. But again, manage your energy, watch the RWR, save an ET for later. make sure you've got an ET for flying back home, or if you get into trouble, don't fire off those missiles, because that might be something that saves you in the end, just like I did with that F-18. Alright everybody, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Random B-roll, there we go, random B-roll footage here. Make sure you throw a like, subscribe, share, etc. And I'll see you all up in the air on Growling Sidewinder and on DCS PvP.